Hello everyone, it's Dman number 5, and today we're doing some news and reviews, mainly just Marvel stuff. This stuff was announced a couple of weeks ago, and I know I'm pretty late to some of this, but been pretty busy with Thanksgiving and everything. But things that were talked about were the Madam Web trailer, the What If Season 2 trailer coming out, OG Avengers cast being rumored to come back for another Avengers movie, Kang being replaced with Doctor Doom, and the Marvel's post-credit scene. Alright, so Madam Web. Trailer looks alright. Again, it's another one of these Sony spin-off movies that you don't really know is going to do okay, because there was Kraven the Hunter a while ago, and there was Morbius, and there's been Venom. Venom's doing alright. It's got 2 films out. Third one's gone back to shooting. But I don't know. I don't know that much about Madam Web other than she was in the 90s animated series, and she was voiced by Stanley's wife, I believe, and she's a being that can travel the multiverse via like the Spider-Man connection, like the Web of Destiny. But in this film, it looks like it's gonna be her origin story, and it won't be the iconic old lady type look, but it looks alright. I mean, I'm not like a big Madam Web fan. I don't know that much about her, but it looks enjoyable. Cast is pretty good. There's Winona Ryder, there's Sydney Sweeney, and 2 other actresses who are playing other spider people, and who else? It's the guy who played Ben in Parks and Rec. Kind of blanking on his name, but pretty good cast. The guy who's playing the guy from Parks and Rec, he's rumored to be Uncle Ben, or something, and Sydney Sweeney's character and her friends in the movie look like that they'll be getting spider powers, with Sydney Sweeney taking on the role of, I think it's just Spider-Woman, and her powers aren't really like, shooting like spider webs. It's more like a telekinesis type, which is pretty cool. It looks like her suit is pretty CGI, but it looks alright. So do the other suits. But again, I don't know that much about the Madam Web character. I'm not really like big on them, but I'm pretty sure it'll have something to do to tie into like the other Sony spin-off movies and maybe Spider-Verse. I don't know how, maybe, but we'll see. Movie looks decent. It looks fine. The What If Season 2 trailer came out, and I have been looking forward to this trailer for a while because I loved What If for the stories that it did and for the characters that got to interact in that series. And it looks like some of those characters are coming back, like Peggy Carter's character. Killmonger is coming back, so is Superior Strange, Superior Strange. And the Watcher, obviously, is coming back, voiced by the great Jeffrey Wright. I love him. I love Jeffrey Wright. He was great in the Batman as Jim Gordon. But it looks really good. Same animation style. Some of the stories are pretty cool, like what the Avengers were assembled in the late 80s, which is Hank Pym as Ant-Man at the time, Goliath, who was Lawrence Fishburne's character, and Ant-Man the Wasp, the Winter Soldier, Marvel from Captain Marvel, if any of you remember who she was, King T'Chaka, who was the first Black Panther before T'Challa took the role, and it looks like Thor as well. And the person that they're fighting is the little kid version of Peter Quill, and it looks like maybe Ego found him and like helped him with his powers. I'm really excited for that episode because I always did like, in some flashbacks of the Marvel movies, we got to see like that there were heroes back in like the 80s, like who helped with S.H.I.E.L.D., like Hank Pym and his wife and a bunch of other heroes. I was like, what if they like teamed up? And looks like Bucky Barnes will be part of it, which is kind of weird because he's still under mind control in that timeline, or in like when this is taking place in the timeline. One thing that was brought up a while ago, this is only a rumor. I don't know if this is confirmed or anything, but Marvel's thinking of getting the OG Avengers cast back together for one more Avengers movie. I don't know. I I mean, they could, but like, for what? Like, for Secret Wars, for Kang Dynasty, or for a reboot? Because I don't know what you want from that. Because we said goodbye to Tony Stark, Cap, and Black Widow. The only three OGs that we still have are Hawkeye, Hulk, and Thor. So far, they have been used okay, minus Hulk with She-Hulk. Oh, that was a bad show. But I don't think Marvel's gonna do this again. This is only just a rumor. If they wanted to, they would, but I don't think they will. They might they might have cameos, but I don't think they want them back for a like whole Avengers movie, unless like they get really desperate. Next thing is Kang being replaced with Doctor Doom. Now, what this means is, if you don't know, Jonathan Majors is going to trial for some allegations against him, and Marvel's thinking we might need to replace this guy if the trial doesn't go well, and they're thinking Doctor Doom. Now, yes, you could do this, but where Marvel is messed up with Kang is that no one really knows that much about him. No one really, and Kang himself is kind of a bit confusing, even for me. And we essentially have gotten like a whole Kang kind of dynasty or story arc with the projects that he was in, and the only thing that teases like big potential is like Quantumania, but I don't think anyone's really looking forward to that follow up. And it was, some people will say, well, Marvel like had their hopes for like Thanos. Yeah, but it was a bit of a happy accident, because when they teased him, they didn't think, oh, this might not continue, this might not go on. And they showed Thanos through like little bits, like in Guardians or in post-credit scenes. Like, Thanos was mainly post-credit scene level. He wasn't like that big until, I want to say, like the Thor Ragnarok post-credit scene, when people started thinking, oh, this is happening. They just got lucky with choosing what will happen, and they made such a, like, it probably was a really bad idea to say to Jonathan Majors, you're going to be the face of like the next big villain for the next 10 years. And that's a lot of pressure to put on someone. And I get Marvel's thinking, all right, we're at the top of our game, we can do this. But like, I don't know. If they replace Kang, that's fine, but it's like, it's gonna be hard to like forget some of that. But who they're wanting to replace Kang with is Doctor Doom. You could do Doctor Doom. No, the problem is, it seems too late, because the thing with Marvel is they announced the wrong projects at the wrong time. Because who cares about the Eternals? Dude, does anyone remember that movie? I don't. Like, they announced all these characters during this panel when they said, if we had time, we would talk about the mutants and the Fantastic Four, but we'll do that later. Dude, they don't understand that, like, give the fans something to look forward to. The Eternals is something the fans are not looking forward to. But some would say, oh, people weren't looking forward to the Guardians. Yes, but one, the Guardians was directed by James Gunn, who some people knew kind of at the time, and it turned out to be a big success. Marvel took a gamble on the Guardians, and it was great, yes. But if you're gonna take a gamble on the Eternals, it has to be good. It has to be good. But it wasn't. And getting back to Doctor Doom, you could do Doom because he's very heavily based or included. He plays a major role in the Secret Wars sagas. And again, it's too late to kind of announce him. And I get Secret Wars is so far away in many years, but like, they should have like hinted towards him. Like in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, that should have been their chance to hint that Latveria is around. And I hinted a while ago that I have like a reason of how Doom can be brought in, and I will do that in the next couple videos. But if they replace Kang with Doctor Doom, that's fine. It's just they need to do it right, and they can't just have him be the big bad of the Fantastic Four. Even though he is, they need to like plan him out. They need to plan it carefully. Last thing is the Marvel's post-credit scene. Okay. Yes, I saw the movie. I thought it was fine. Iman Vellani did a great job as Miss Marvel. But it was still just... It was just not a Marvel movie. It's just not a Marvel movie. What this post-credit scene did have me intrigued because marketing changed halfway through. And it was like, witness the next. That's how the X... if you saw the marketing, the X for next was like always the last thing to fade out. So that meant, okay, the X-Men are coming in. So I watched the post-credit scene. So Monica Rambeau, or Maria, which name? I don't know. She's stuck in our dimension because she had to fix like the like rift thing for traveling. And she got stuck in our dimension where the X-Men live, where the X-Men take place. Now, how we know this is because we see Beast from the X-Men, not just any Beast, Kelsey Grammer's Beast, who is CGI'd up a little bit. He looks a lot more comic accurate or animated accurate. But he's still played by Kelsey Grammer, who played Beast in the early 2000s X-Men movies. Now, this raised a bunch of questions. Which universe is this in? Because the X-Men movies never had a good continuity. Is this in the Deadpool universe? Is this the 2000s X-Men universe? Or is this just its own universe where all the 2000 X-Men are still living? Or is this the Days of Future Past world where that timeline continued with its happy ending? I say, given Beast's new design, I say it's a completely new world where all those events took place, but coherently. But some things were changed because Hugh Jackman is back for Deadpool 3 and he's wearing the comic accurate suit. So clearly this is a world where all the characters of the X-Men are wearing their comic accurate suits and probably have comic accurate backstories. But is this the same world from Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness where Charles Xavier made an appearance in his comic accurate appearance? No, is not. Because in that world and in that movie, Charles died. And Beast asks Photon, I believe, should I ask Charles about this anomaly? So Charles is still alive. So that's why I think it's its own universe, but all the events that took place in those movies happened, but coherently. And all the characters just wear their comic accurate suits. But yeah, Marvel, I'm sorry, but get your shit together, please. I need good Marvel movies again, alright? Alright, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.